Okay, you guys, today we will be talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. Okay, if you don't know what a polynomial is, that means these guys right here. Okay, that's a polynomial. Poly means more than one. Okay, so nomial, just more than one term inside. Okay, so we notice that's two terms inside there. Just for your knowledge, okay, a polynomial is like A plus B. Okay, two terms in there. Okay, that was just an FYI. So we are talking about adding and subtracting them today. Okay, so give me 1 second. Just need to close out of here. Okay, so number one, it says when you are adding the polynomials, the signs, I know you might not know this, okay, but write it in here. Or since you're all online right now, you don't need to write it in. I highly suggest, so just side note, while you guys are watching this, I don't require that you take these notes. They're already filled in for you, but if you would like to write them down on a piece of scratch paper, that is totally fine. In fact, I might link the empty notes for you as well, okay, just while we're going online. That is totally your option to fill out the notes. I highly recommend it. Okay. Back to number one. When you are adding the polynomials, the signs, write down, stay the same. Okay, the signs stay the same. Okay, we're going to use that rule in a second when we're actually solving these. Okay, number two. When you are subtracting the polynomials, the signs, well, if we're adding them and they stay the same, what do you think they'll do when we're subtracting them? Okay, the signs change. Okay, so write those two things down, knowing that when we're adding the polynomials, the signs stay the same. When we're subtracting them, the signs change. I know I haven't totally explained what this means yet. That's okay. We are about to right now. Okay, so let's zoom into number 3 on your notes. Okay, so we have our two polynomials right here. Okay, so we have 4x cubed plus 2, and what are we doing to them? Are we adding them or are we subtracting them? We're adding them, right? Okay, so back looking up at number 1, if we're adding them, the signs stay the same, right? And that means the signs after it. Okay, it's only talking about, whoops, totally just bumped my little camera holder, sorry. It's only talking about the signs after, okay? The first polynomial will always stay the same. In fact, let's write that note because that's an important rule. First polynomial, meaning the first little section right there, always stays the same. Okay, so what we can actually do is just rewrite it. Okay, so we can rewrite that exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to write 4x cubed plus 2. Okay, now we know that when we're adding it, the signs stay the same. Now we can rewrite that exactly how it is. So this is a positive 1, so plus 1, and then plus x cubed. Okay, so pretty much all you do when you're adding them is you take away the parentheses. Easy peasy. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to combine like terms. So where are my like terms? Let's look at my first term right here. Remember, like terms from last time, it has to have the same variable, so same letter, but also be to the same power. So 2 doesn't have an x cubed, 1 doesn't have an x cubed. Ooh, but here's 1x cubed, right? That invisible 1. Okay, so what is 4x cubed plus 1x cubed? How many x cubes do we have? We have 5x cubed. Okay, where are our other like terms? We have 2 and 1. Those are just constants, right? Numbers that are just by themselves. They don't have any variables attached. So what is 2 plus 1? That is 3. Okay, we know we can't combine 5x cubed and 3. So this is our simplified expression, right? Simplify each expression. Done. Okay, beautiful. We simplified them. We were adding the polynomials. Okay, let's look at number 4 now. Okay, now what's the sign in between my polynomials? Am I adding them or am I subtracting them? Okay, we're subtracting them, which means the signs after are either going to stay the same or change. With subtraction, hint, look right above, are they staying the same or changing? They are changing, right? So that means, okay, first, let's just rewrite our first polynomial, right? Because that can always stay the same. Okay, so 3 minus k squared. Okay, that one always stays the same. What about these guys? Okay, they changed. So that means this was a positive k. Now it's a negative k. This was a positive 3 or plus 3. Now it's a negative 3. Okay, we rewrote it. There are no parentheses left, so we are good to combine like terms. So let's look at our first term. It's just this 3. It's a constant. Okay, we can't combine that with k squared or k, but we can combine it with the other 3, right? Those are just constants. So what is 3 minus 3? That's 0, right? We don't even really need to write that 0, but we'll write it for now, okay? So let's look at our other terms. Okay, my second term is negative k squared. Okay, remember, in order to be a like term, it has to be the same variable, but also to the same power. So this one is k squared. Ooh, this one is just negative k. Okay, so those are not like terms. Okay, this one is k squared. That one is k to the first. That means all we have to do is rewrite them the way they are. They cannot combine with each other. So negative k squared stays negative k squared, and then minus k. Okay, we don't necessarily need the 0 in our answer, so this is our simplified expression. Alrighty. Okay, let's look at number 5. So first thing you want to do, look at the sign in the middle of our two polynomials. Okay, it's an addition sign, meaning it's going to do something to the signs after it. Okay, are the signs going to stay the same or change with addition? They are going to stay the same, right? So we can always rewrite the first polynomial just as it is. It always stays the same. So p squared minus 1. Okay, with addition, the signs stay the same. So this is a positive 2p squared, so we have plus 2p squared. This is a minus p, so we have minus p. Signs stay the same. Okay, so now let's combine like terms. So my first term is this p squared. I can't combine it with negative 1. Ooh, yes, I can combine it with this 2p squared. So I have 1p squared plus 2p squareds. How many p squareds do I have? 1 plus 2. I have 3p squared. Okay, now my second term is negative 1, which is a constant, meaning, ooh, I cannot combine with negative p, right? Negative 1 is a constant, negative p is a variable. Okay, those are not like terms, so all we need to do is rewrite them. Okay, so we have negative 1, which can't combine with anything, and then negative p, which can't combine with anything. So since these are not like terms, we can't combine any of those guys. That is our simplified expression. Beautiful. Okay, number 6. Let's look at our sign in the middle. So it's a subtract sign, which means our signs after it are going to change, right? Subtraction means change. So let's rewrite our first polynomial because that always stays the same, n to the fourth plus 2n cubed. Okay, this was a positive 3n cubed. Now, because of that sign, it's a negative 3n cubed. Okay, this was a positive n squared, but because of that sign, it is now a negative n squared. Okay, beautiful. Our signs have changed. Now all we have to do is combine like terms. So let's look at our n to the fourth. Okay, do you see any other n to the fourth? And nope. Ooh, okay, so that one just stays n to the fourth. Okay, let's look at our second term. We have 2n cubed. Okay, any other n cubes? Yes. Okay, so what is 2 minus 3, or 2n cubes minus 3n cubes? That is going to give me negative 1n cubes. Don't have to write that 1, right? It's just a negative 1n cubes. Okay, our last term, negative n squared, cannot combine with anything, so that stays negative n squared. Okay, so our simplified expression, negative, or n to the fourth minus n cubed minus n squared. Great. Okay, last two examples. Number 7. Okay, look at our signs in the middle. We know it's an addition sign, meaning our signs after are going to stay the same or change. They're going to stay the same. Okay, so let's rewrite our first polynomial because that always stays the same. 5 plus 5m to the fourth. Okay, addition, so our signs stay the same. So it's a positive 4, so plus 4, and then positive or plus 4m to the fourth. Okay, let's find our like terms. So my first term is this 5, which is just a constant. Okay, that one has an m to the fourth, so nope. Oh, there's a 4, that's another constant, and then 4m to the fourth. Okay, so the only two terms I can combine right now are 5 plus 4. What is 5 plus 4 going to give me? No, that's 9. Beautiful. Okay, my second terms, I have 5m to the fourth, and then 4m to the fourth. Those are also like terms. M to the fourth, m to the fourth. So what is 5m to the fourth plus 4m to the fourth? It's also 9m to the fourth. Okay, those are not like terms, remember? So that is our simplified expression. Okay, last example. Okay, look at the sign in the middle. It's a subtract sign, which means our signs after it are going to change. Great job. So we can always rewrite our first polynomial, 2n minus 5n squared. Okay, this was a positive 4n, now it's a minus 4n. This was a positive 5n squared, now it's a negative 5n squared. Perfect. Now we can find like terms to combine. Okay, so my first term is this 2n, or 2n to the first. That one has an n squared, so that one's not the same. Oh, there's an n to the first. Beautiful. So what is 2n's minus 4n's, or 2 minus 4? Okay, you're taking away more than you have, so we're going to go into the negatives, so negative 2n. Okay, and our last terms, let's see if they're like terms. I have negative 5n squared and negative 5n squared. So those are like terms. Okay, here we have negative 5 and we're getting more negatives. So what's negative 5 minus 5 more? Okay, this is going to give me negative 10n squared. Okay, those are not like terms. So that is our simplified expression. All right, those are your guys' notes for today. Like I said, I'll put the blank notes as well as the filled out notes on Canvas. You are not required to turn these notes in. You are just required to do your My Open Math assignment. Okay?